Hey patrons, welcome to another Ask IRP. This time we're going to be exploring questions that are more general based on questions that you guys have asked us throughout the time that we've been doing this series. So the first question is, what are the pros and cons to pursuing an MFA? And for those who don't know, MFA is Master of Fine Arts.
Benefits to an MFA is that it's an opportunity to, gain more knowledge and more experience in a particular craft. I usually only recommend getting an MFA if you know what you want to focus in, because it's just an opportunity to spend those years only focus on that one thing. Whereas a bachelor's is more introductory, more of an introduction to something. So within that, the pros is that you obviously gain more hands-on experience and just more knowledge about your craft, while also being able to network with other individuals who are in, similar with similar aspirations, even if they're not in your same field. So, you get to work with other emerging directors, other emerging screenwriters, and I'm speaking more from a producing sense, but an MFA program is designed for you to refine your voice and find your talent. Now, the only con that I see is always the cost factor, which, hinders a lot of people from wanting to go to grad school. But the way I see it is that, we're always going to have debt, unfortunately. And, it's not about education. It's really about, is this going to benefit me and get me to where I want to be, and what the value is. And, you'll end up having that cost for a long time. But if the upside is greater than the cost that it costs, then I think it's a benefit.
You just have a concentrated amount of time where you are around very, like-minded individuals. And just from my experiences, you tend to grow really fast just because, like Denise said, it's very concentrated and very specialized. So, if you look into kind of just get skills up on a very high level in a kind of concentrated period of time, MFA is definitely great. But like Denise said, I would definitely say the con is the bread that you eventually have to pay back for it. But yeah, that's it.
I'll say with MFA, reasons why I dropped out of a, fiction MFA is partially money, as we mentioned. That's a huge factor. Two was time. I think if you're going to join an MFA, you need to focus all your time on it. And I think you have to enter an MFA very intentional, at least for writing. Like, it's not like a college where you can kind of like figure out what you're going to do with your life, but rather like you're spending a lot of money to focus on your craft, and you should come in with an idea of what it is you want to do. And, in my situation, I think a lot of it was I was using an MFA to kind of like push me to, exercise my like writing skills and like bring that habit upon it. And I didn't think that was worth it financially. I think I can do that on my own. So that's the reason why I didn't do it. But I do know it has a lot of benefits for other people, especially, networking wise, access to, certain agents if you're in the lit world and all that. So it's kind of just weighing out like, what kind of writer are you? What are you looking for? Are these things that you can get outside of an MFA, or can you only really get, the things you're looking for within one? And yeah.
And I would say, John, it also, I think, depends on like who, what type of MFA program as well. Like when I was first learning, both editing and like cinematography and other things, I was given advice to just kind of go and check them out. They were saying it's different if you're sort of a writer, director, or producer, but if you're like, let's say, looking to go into cinematography, editing, things like that, there's some programs that are set up that allow students to also crew up with, skilled positions outside of the school as well. Like the program that I got a chance to learn a lot from was USC's MFA program. So I think it was over the course of like 2 or 3 years, I got a chance to really just like follow a cohort of students. They were open to like, the professors are open to like auditing classes, crewing up on different productions. And there was a lot of things that I had learned. Actually, my first set was with under the direction of Tim B. Banks, actually, and I was able to pick up a lot. So I ultimately elected not to go back, but as like for me personally, want to develop like production skills, there's still like online courses and things I'm looking into right now that I know the MFA students got some really great education in. So there's a lot of supplemental things if you do decide not to go that route, but they are available.
Thank you. Our second question is, what advice can we offer people looking to produce their web series? And I can take this one. The reason why we're sitting here and have the capacity to tell you these things is because years ago, Issa made a decision for herself that she was going to go out and get it. She was met with so much opposition when it comes to studios and networks telling her what they thought audiences did or didn't want to see. And so she went out and created her own audience. And the way that she was able to do that was by building a team. So that would be the first place that I would start, is continuing to go within your networks and also expand your networks through social media and also through Patreon. That's why we're so excited about Discord, because it really gives you guys an opportunity to network amongst yourselves and build those teams. I found that the most helpful place for me is to start and find a producer. If you're a writer, find a producer who is passionate about producing, who believes in your work and can help you to develop that work beyond what you've already written. And they can also help you gather a team. They can help you sort of wrap your mind around raising money and creating budgets, and also about marketing. What does this look like beyond this, beyond you just creating it? And so that would be the first place that I would start. If you're a director and you have a concept, find a writer. Find those people who you can bring together, because one thing that I've learned is once you have that team and once you start to get into the work, that's when the discovery happens. That's the experience. That is the hands-on experience that prepares you for the next project. So, by all intents and purposes, it's much greater than you even being able to watch this video to learn about it. So I just encourage anyone who wants to do a short film or a web series to find a team, and you can start here on Patreon. That is all of our questions for today. We thank you so much, and we really hope that this is helpful for you. So much of what we do at IRP is really about bringing other people along the ride and hoping that they get something out of it that they can go and create what they love. So we hope you have a great week, and thank you.